Hello and welcome to episode 12 of Let's Play Europa Universalis for Hindustan. We just made a peace deal with Ahmednagar, and now we're just we're sieging down Gurjat while we're moving our forces to begin the next invasion into Jaunpur. So now that we've made our peace deal, we're going to do it. It costs us 75 diplomatic power, and we need to start coring now, since we're pushing it dangerously close to the edge. But, and we will be, by the way, going over the overextension penalty, and facing overextension penalties. I understand this. And actually, one thing I forgot to do is, oh great, we can't do that. Yeah, eventually we'll be taking this missionary strength guy to convert, but we're just gonna hope we core fast enough to get it more. Unfortunately, we're limited to 3 administrative power per month, so we won't be able to take care of everything instantly. Unfortunately. And Ahmednagar has entered a military coalition against us. They feel threatened by us taking almost every single one of their provinces that was wealthy. We left them their problem province of these provinces. And if we did choose to take Khandesh or Marlatha, we would be even worse off in terms of administrative power. Because at least when we look at, well, okay, these provinces are better. Kutch is only one, but okay, I guess Gurjat's another bad example. Our goal is actually going to be to take. We're actually allied with the Timurids, but I don't expect we'll be seeing them. So we're going to move our forces in, occupy what we can, and then cause some serious mayhem. We see the Delanese, whatever, however you want to pronounce or call it, army right there. They're actually a major competitor because we're competing against them for other issues. Yeah, and now it's going to be warning us, yeah, by the way, you're very close to going over the 100% overextension. And unfortunately, we will be going over 100% overextension. We're going to have to wear that storm. And we've had our first national uprising for the Malwani nationalists. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to deal with them in time. We need to occupy what provinces we can. And that should get us the most optimum occupation set that we can get. Looking over here, we don't have much going in the ways of our people actually getting sieging to a point where we can capture stuff, and probably we won't have it. Instead, we'll see how well the mercenaries do against this stack of nationalists. And wow, we just got beaten by a Gurjatian navy. And forced to flee into one of our docks. Unfortunate, but it's livable, especially because we need to just remain flexible at this point. Hopefully, the mercenaries will win this fight, and they did, thankfully. Because we're gonna need more muscle to help push open gates at this point. We're going to be using as much infantry power just to force open sieges which have fallen, just to speed up the entire. And what do you know? More nationalists rise. This is actually a problem with the biggest problem with rebels is that they keep spawning in huge stacks, and with limited slow regenerating manpower, it will wear you out. And we managed to get a white elephant, which gives us a huge stability boost, which we're going to want. And actually, I wanted to take a look at war exhaustion to lower it, and reduce the chance of even more Malwani nationalists rising. Especially because we're going to need more forces to take down the nationalists in Mandu. Okay, we're gonna assault the fort. Kutch has fallen. We're going to send reinforcements to Rakjot, whatever that province is. I can't pronounce like every other province. And I don't know what's happening, but they're just not rolling a single roll in their favor. I mean, at least here we can try again now, which we will do. And yeah, see, now Kawathar has fallen. We can send troops to Gurujat. And once that falls, we'll have enough troops that we can work from there and defeat the Malwani forces. Oud is actually making their efforts to occupy a province and take some land, which I applaud them for. It's somewhat necessary for a nation of their stature to bide their time, like they are. We'll detach a siege, and then send the resulting force to go fight the rebels. Now we have a lot of troops, and soon we may want to consider detaching mercenaries. We have taken Gurujat, leaving only that thing I can't pronounce as the one we need to take before we can demand their full annexation, which, believe it or not, we can actually order. However, it's worth 72 overextension. And yes, I said we will be sacking on quite a bit of overextension. We will be suffering. We'll keep a force stationed in Mandu. I'm going to detach the mercenaries, which make up 5,000 forces, and disband them, so I don't have to pay for them anymore. Now all of us, we have various people occupying various provinces. We're waiting for the successful of 2 sieges to move on with our demands. Now, in terms of rich provinces over here, we're a bit better in luck. We only have to deal with a base tax of 3, 3, and 5, which is not nearly as bad as what we're going to deal. But we're going to end up with around over 200%, and I know I'm pushing it, and I may collapse as a nation from this. And I'm willing to take that risk because I don't want to waste the claims. Now, we stand a good chance of making a game here. Really good game. I was thinking, oh yay, we're done, but no, it's Kathmandu. So, to clarify, we now have no mercenaries running around. We're just going to get as many forces as we can together. finish taking stuff and make our demands to nations. Then our armies will be on overtime, occupying and making sure those provinces stay in our control. And then hopefully it works out to where we get to keep them in the long run. Or we won't. Jaunpur is willing to offer us Bundelkhand. No. We declared war for Bundelkhand. We declared war for Bihar. We want Bundelkhand, Bihar, and such. You're not getting out of this. Meanwhile, over here, we're doing quite well. We're finally got a positive war score for actually getting it. The Ottomans have been damaged, which actually, I'll admit, I'm happy. The longer it takes this colony to actually be a colony, the longer before we have to spend more administrative points upping it. And which is probably the one thing actually that I'm counting on, is that military power-wise, very soon we'll be able to, here, let's make our demands of, we want Bihar, we want Jharkhand, and we want Bundelkhand, and we'll give our demand. We just took 3 provinces, got a lot more aggressive expansion. We got a the Cold War achievement because we didn't fight them once. And what we're going to want to do is I'm going to send this army to go to Bihar since it is it. And now we're officially in overextension territory, where we're going to get some pretty nasty stuff. And it's going to go up another 70 with the completion of Gurjat. But once we survive and make all of these cores, it will turn it into a very strong investment. Bengal is in a military coalition against us. Fortunately for them, we actually won't be declaring war for a while. We need to, it's going to take a while to integrate this group. And actually, we'll go and unite the Muslims for a bit until they hate each other. Us again. We're just waiting for one fort to fall, and then we'll be done with war for a while. And good news is that we can take this time to have our forces regenerate, so we're not horribly undermatched. Granted, I'm wondering how we ended up with so many troops. Oh, we disbanded our actual forces and kept the mercenaries. Oh, wow. We're gonna be building forces real quick. Wow. That was an amazing idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, there we go. There's a pretty sizable force. Nationalists have risen. Bad news, nothing we can't deal with though. As though we do need to get our forces to the coast to land them on Ceylon. And we'll keep troops there, since Ceylon is still somewhat prone due to issues. And yeah, looking at our war exhaustion, that is causing some of our revolt issues. A lot of it is we get literally 6.44 stuff, and we keep trying to trade. Wow, we should have used those 12 people to try and assault and break open this fort. But the Marathas, do they still even like us? Yeah, they like us. But part of that is because they don't really want to hate us. Because if they hate us, then, well, if we hate them, then we could snuff them out in an instant. We're a very powerful group. We have finally finished Rock Jolt. It took 2 years of sieging. NX give us 72 more overextension. And we can't deal with all this immediately, unlike the rest of the provinces. If we click overextension again, we have to make some pretty big choices, specifically which ones we want. Kutch is an obvious thing, it's a small one. We also want to make Lockjote a core. Now we have this army of 6,000, which isn't really doing anything. It will probably serve as a suitable thing to occupy Mandil. Meanwhile, we're going to attach troops to the transport and land them in Ceylon to end that issue. Now, at over 200%, trade power abroad, minus 200%. Outside of our trade node, we cannot trade. It's impossible. Mercenaries get more expensive, diplomatic reputation is shot, and our reputation over time is shot. However, while this is nasty, this is not the end for us. The thing is that even without strong trade over here, we're incredibly strong in our trade node. And we just took out some big powers. Granted, they were also helping hold the trade node together. And that's just something we're going to have to deal with. We have Malwani nationalists. They're going to be doing this a lot. We're going to order a retreat. They can't win, we know this. Actually, nope, they can't win. We're gonna order a retreat, and now Najpuri nationalists have declared their independence. Again, the ripple effect is in full thing. They're going to be taking every opportunity to try and get some independence out of us. So and this army is probably the best suited at the moment. Though we need to take care of both these nationalist armies. Mind you. That's a easily recognized thing. And we're sending out corps as we speak to as many areas as we can. But while we have occupation forces, we cannot core at all. And that's the true danger, is that we can be stuck with even longer. Now, with what we're coring, we'll get under. If we get everything we are coring now cored, we'll be under the limit. Until then, we are taking an insane risk for insane reward. Fortunately, cavalry will move fast, and we can utilize the general in this army to retake the area. I mean, not retake, but, well, yeah, retake East Berar from the Najpuri independence group. On a more positive note, administratively, we're doing quite well. Oh, nationalists are... And I do disagree. Okay, so Ottomans will also produce spices. Of course, it's naturally predisposed to it because it's supposed to be a European spice production. And as it was with the Dutch, I believe, who controlled it. Also, our manpower gain is going to be horrid. And fortunately, our war exhaustion will go down and help our manpower gain. But we need bonuses. This is why I'm also optimistic about when we tech up to level 6. That's only in 100 power. Once we get that, we will get more tactics, more width, and more ability to exert force. We'll use a teleporting leader. Don't know why their label does that. They're perfectly within our waters, our much expanded waters. In terms of what we accomplished, we're now definitely the hegemon of India, no question. Only the combined forces of the remaining armies, while we're weak, could really teach us anything. We'll use the remaining galleys to go and explore further and discover new lands. And then we'll see from there. Well, I never told you to do that. I told you to leave the army, then this army you go to, and then this army go up here. Wow. That was a case of me not paying attention. Ouch. That could actually be extremely painful. We're going to take a detour to Bidar to defeat the peasant revolt in here. Then we'll go and take a magistrate resigns. Ordinarily I'd be worried, except we don't really need a magistrate at the moment. We need, as long as we can keep our military forces and tech up, we'll be fine. Bidar, again, peasants are actually the easiest revolution by far to beat, if you know what you're doing. West Berar is 50% done. Maldives should actually also be very close to completion. And again, like I said, each one will not only weaken. No, Maldives are already done. And you can see it's telling me I can send out missionaries. I won't. I need better conversion. Since right now I don't have the power. Since I have below 2. If we look, because they're Shia, they get -2% conversion. Because they're non-accepted, they also get -2%, and we still can't overcome the provincial tax income. Hence why we want to get administrative tax 7 so we can unlock the bonus there, a second bonus for religious ideas. We got 2 more nationalist groups. Unfortunately, we're probably going to have to start raising mercenaries soon. We have our Doom stack. Let's go take on the forces in Mandu. Hopefully it goes our way, because I really don't want to collapse due to a bunch of rebels. That would be very silly and unfortunate. We both rolled very excellent first rolls. We rolled a not as good second roll. So it looks like we'll win, but and still have enough forces to take out the Kawath Ithar nationalists. But we're gonna need some time to recover morale. So what we're gonna do is we're going to send this army down with Allah Din, our general, and we'll go and defeat the next wave of Ceylonese independence. And yeah, it's bad now. As we get, like I said, as we get the chorus, it will get better. Unfortunately, now we've had the rising of a second group. And we just don't have the forces to take them all out. I mean, fortunately, all our manpower recovery is going pretty much to one source. But we're going to run out of manpower, actually, fairly soon. And without manpower, we'll never be able. Which reminds me, trade-wise, we need to send to start collecting trade again. When we're not collecting trade, we're not making as much money, and we need money from mercenaries. Okay, the army has regenerated enough that it can actually launch an assault. We're going to attack the Rakjal group first because it's smaller, and we should be able to do a much more decisive battle. We won the Battle of Ceylon, which is I'm thankful for. We're gonna actually keep that army right there, just to deal with any further ones. Because if another army raises, we probably will not be manpower-wise will not be able to react fast enough. We attack with nearly double the forces, but no general. It only shows general goes so much because we're doing horrid. When with a general, we would have certainly crushed him easily. Unfortunately, that's just how it rolls. We need more tech to get the tech bonus, which I was talking about, and Ottoman and Demons take more damage. What's their current status? Yeah, okay, so we should be safe. Malwani nationalists rise again. And this is why we desperately need reinforcements. Because we just don't have... mercenaries. They're gonna raise every single month that they can. And they have like a 20%. Indeed, it's probably worth actually sending military to suppress Okay, so we can handle them using some military power. Just the major issue is which one are we going to deal with? We have the Kawathars, which are the most uppity. And if we hover over to percent chance, we can see that Kutch and Kawathar and Surat are the most. However, we'd have to spend military power. And I think the tech will actually help us more than suppressing. Now, we're going to take Ignorance is Bliss because 2 more percentage points will probably be the death of me. If I had to choose. Ignorance is Bliss is much better. And we got a very good starting position to deal some casualties. Unfortunately, we were taking some pretty major damage. Yeah, this is... we knew the risks. I can't blame anyone but myself. I knew the risks of this. And if we can get below 100%, we'll be fine. We should be mostly fine. But manpower, we're complete. We have enough maybe to take out the Mandu revolt, and then we're done. We just don't have enough. And our military power is going to take, and actually, I'm gonna go dismiss. Well, let's see, 6, 7. It wouldn't do much at this point. We need 870 military power. We have 838, which means we are currently lacking 32. If 6 per month, we're going to get it in 6 months. So if we can last until October, we'll get new tech. So what we're going to do is we're going to deliberately stall attacking the forces in Malwan, in Mandu. And there's a risk that it will backfire and get even more troops. But if we get more tactics, if we get more width, if we get all that, we may be able to defeat them and win. Still. Via reinforcements, we actually won't be able to do much. Okay, overextension, we are below 200%. Yeah, but it's still pretty bad. And when West Berar does it, we'll lose 16%, which is okay. It's nice. It will work. It's still not the most ideal situation. Unfortunately, our plus 20 religious unity is paying off since we can't really convert any of these provinces, nor will we for a while, due just to constraints of how their occupation policy works, and the fact that they're just a lot more resilient. Than some of our other adversaries. Fortunately, we're earning a decent amount of money per month from our trade node, which, while we are 77%, if there was any question who controlled it, it would be pretty obvious at this point, and we could definitely squeeze out more, but let's just try surviving, okay? Okay, we get inflation. These improved costs would be pretty bad. Indeed, if we look at tech, we may have to pay. No, inflation doesn't affect tech anymore. So fortunately, we've made it to September. We are very okay. We are 1 month away from being able to get the next level of military, and hopefully get the tactics boost needed to defeat nationalists within our country. Okay. It's telling us we can invest in tech. Let's go ahead. We'll get military tactics, combat with, and fire. Now, of course, with this boost, we'll do well. And actually, the next tech level, 7, also gets us more tactics. It gets us infantry and artillery fire, and unlocks the first artillery, the large cast bronze motor, and the hoofness. So these boosts are fairly nice, and we can expect to benefit a lot from them. Anyway, it's probably wise to head to Gurjat first to avoid a river crossing penalty. Also, our administrative power is approaching the point where we can consider beginning the coring process of another nation. The issue is, there's actually no issue, what am I saying? We need, most likely we'll go and start Kawatar. It's faster to start there. And, okay, we began combat. They are taking more casualties. And if we get a significant advantage, we should be able to easily take them out. And yeah, almost our entire army is fighting right now, and only a very poor roll caused us to take casualties. And we'll keep our troops stationed here for immediate reaction. Unfortunately, it's telling us our units have suffered more casualties. We're out of troops now. We'll slowly regain them. But now what we really need is to bring our overextension into control. And what do you know? We've lost our claim on all Indian provinces we did not control. I I'm fine with what we control. And actually, with those claims, it's probably a good point because it's kind of an end of the easy conquests. So, thank you all for watching. Tune in next time for my struggles against the hordes against me.